Yes, I heard Angel giving me crap about how many cigarettes and how long I take to fucking roll them. Keep the English version of stuff if you can. Anyways, I'm thinking about playing. Here I have I'm thinking about playing either the Magic Storm, Lead Storm, Tiger Road, or Black Tiger. These are the games I'm thinking about playing. Man, come on. There we go. Trying to get the phone to recognize that I'm live. So here's an article that I've seen multiple times. A thing. There's an international group, I can't remember what they're called. There's an international group of dead people. That's what I said. An international group of dead people. I have all their, a whole online community and everything. What it is people who are still alive, but that for some reason or another some government official entered numbers wrong or whatever, some declarations were made wrong, and the person is declared dead by the government. Well, I'm obviously not. I'm still here. And then the nightmare situations that ensue. I don't know, I think Black Tiger looks one of the more interesting of the three. Hasetsi Birkin doesn't look very good, I gotta admit, so. And sidearms, I just went through that with all of the plain old extras earlier. Which I'm gonna do this without all that crap. Game manual. Long ago, when the world was a dark and evil place, out of a black and troubled sky emerged three fearsome dragons. The world was plunged into an age of devastation and misery. Only one man has the courage, power, and skill to challenge the servants of Lucifer. Black Tiger is a side-scrolling beat-em-up action game. No kidding. Didn't notice. Okay. You can tell games are old when it's conditions of completion. Like, how do you know you've beaten the game? Like some arcade games, you didn't know when you beat the game, and you just beat the game and keep going, and it's considered complete. Default type 1. Well, I don't want that as my controls. I would rather jump be... I can't change my controls? Wow, no, I better get an idea on those controls. Oh, it's jump. That's gonna feel so funky, this whole game, man. That is gonna feel so funky. So I can change, like, the difficulty of the game, how many lives you get, game speed, invincibility. Wow, level 5, 3 lives. We'll give that a go. See how far I make it. I don't know how many continues are available in this game. Oh, hold on. Now all I want the damn thing is the display. Why do I have to change the display on all of these, man? Like... No. Like, I already had, like, a base thing set. No display center. Screen orientation. Display orient... right? I had... just normal. Yeah. Do I have to go through and do that with every single game again? To like... what the fuck, man? Okay, there's my stills. Is that 1987 or 1997? I can tell you which one. Man, if it's not gonna give me the thing, I'll just restart one more time and wait. Watch the credits roll. That's all I'm doing before I'm getting into a game. Just checking it out. 87. Like I said, I can. 1987 or 1997. I can tell you which one. Because it sure as hell isn't a remake of something like this in 2000 something. Which apparently is what it's looking like people are going to be making in 2027. Oh my gosh, it's already looking stupid hard. But we're going to play it as is and just throw an ungodly amount of quarters at it. I've got my 5 rolls of quarters sitting across the front of the cabinet, man. I'm here for a minute. You can't do that. Other people need to play the game. Yes, you're correct. When you come with $50 worth of quarters and want to stand in front of the arcade machine, you're perfectly allowed to. As long as the quarters are going into the machine. Totally seen that, been there, done that at an arcade. And all kinds of arguments with people about that shit. And you gotta go over and you tell them, well, has he cleaned the machine, or it's, you know, it depends on how your arcade moves. If your arcade in general is rather slow, yeah, the dude that wants to come in and spend $50 on a specific game and is going to beat that game no matter what, you let him. And then if you have if you have a fast-moving arcade, a lot of people, hey dude, you're gonna have to do that in spurts, man. Like if you played 25, you know, if it won't let you get any more continues, if it won't let you do the thing to beat the game, and you've lost, you need to step aside, let somebody else play, and then you can go back to pumping the quarters into the thing for the pay-to-win kind of games. Give me a second, guys. Alright. I'm just waiting for people to show up, see if anybody's going to talk to me, anybody going to do anything, anybody give a shit. That's fine and nice. But, I'll tell you what, in the meantime, because I can tell what kind of game this is going to be, man. This doesn't look like it's going to suck either. Looks like it's going to be a fairly fun playthrough. Dude, he's in me. Give him a chat. Put my world out there. Yay, chat. Yay, world. Yay, people. There are things I got going on in this town that I worry about, man. I gotta say, people I worry about, people I hadn't seen, people I didn't worry about and didn't even, like after like 3 days, didn't notice I didn't notice them. And then somebody tells me something's bad and it's like, oh, well, how the hell did I not notice they hadn't come by? Well, I can't feel that bad because they don't come by and always on my shift or something, you know. Usually they'll come by on my shift. See, I had a guy that would come by and he gets a pack of smokes and a couple of cigarettes, or a pack of cigarettes every other day, and a lotto ticket alternate to that every other day, a couple of beers every day, and he was just, oh gee, the most chipper man on earth. But he was kind and his views made sense. He was just, you know, about everything. But like I said, nice enough, would help people out, and you know, he wasn't a dick. He was just kind of his personality, and I had him one time where he'd come in. This is an old guy. I mean, he's in, like, getting in his 70s. Right. I think he was 73. Something like that. But a few years ago, right after he passed 70, like he just passed 70 by a couple of weeks into it. And it tells me he goes out visiting with a friend that he hadn't seen forever, and went downtown and had 3 beers, and he hadn't had 3 beers in so many years. And no, I know he's already had probably 2 of the 3 beers he bought from my place, 24-ounce beers. And I got the lady standing, actually a nurse, because I live next to all kinds of medical shit. A nurse in the lobby. He's having just too grand of a time telling me his story of his night, and takes half a step back and starts to go right onto his ass. And that nurse, like a pro, without a second thought, caught him and kept him from smacking on his coccyx, I would say. You know, kept the dude from actually breaking his butt, because he was starting to go down hard. Ooh, you alright? Yeah, no, okay. Let's get you up. He was in a daze, man, and it took the nurse and I both a couple of minutes. Get him up off the ground. Here we go, buddy. I got you on a glass of water. Here's some soda for, you know, here's a clear soda with no caffeine to, like, get some sugars in your system to like, you gotta process some stuff, pal. Yeah, I think I gave him a bottle of water and a bottle of Sprite or something like that. Man, like, hey, bud. You know, when you got the regulars, man, okay, gotcha. You know, get him up and moving, and then like the funny ass thing about the whole story, the point I'm getting at is like a week later, he's in the same position asking me for cigarettes. The same nurses, again, the store is empty. I'm behind the counter. He's asking me for cigarettes. The nurses behind him. And he's like, you know, I had a really good time last week. And I was like, yeah, I remember you had a good time last week. Who told you that? Well, you did. You're talking about when you went out with your friend and had some drinks downtown that you normally don't ever have? Well, yeah, how'd you know about that? Well, because you came into the store and you fell back, and me and the lady behind you, same nurse, same time, we both helped you get up off the ground and kept you from busting your ass until you could get back in the car and your friend drove you home. I never fell down in this store. I've never done this and that. Like, the whole time he was just like, no, couldn't have happened. Well, it did. I got another lady. I don't know what, is she living in a communal thing or whatever. But I got another lady. She come by. Oh my gosh, I'm having such a hard time about this and that, you know, whatever life bullshit she tells me. She starts telling me all her problems a lot. I'll make the joke about all the pints behind me. Well, there's pints and half pints, man. There's a few shots to get you started unless you just need some beer. You know what? Give me the pint of Everclear. Now, she buys up a pint of Everclear, shit, like 2 half gallons. It was 2 jugs to 2 half gallons, so a gallon of orange juice. She got some snacks. She got a bit of whatever else with it. Oh, that's a full-on day's supply. One person, full-on day. That's a 1-day supply. Easy. You get through that, you're feeling it the next day. She comes back around a couple of days later and is bitching about how she lost this, lost that, and I was like, so you need another pint of Everclear? Did I get Everclear last night? The other night? Well, hell, that's what happened. The lady just starts going off again, and I was like, oh my God. You gotta know what you did. You gotta know what you did. The blackout drunk. Like the complete inability to recall what happened, I've only had once. And I was trying to show off, like, you know, how I usually drink the high proof stuff, an extra shot or two at a time, and like was trying to show off, like, you know, pulling some good shots off of a 151, and was feeling fine, sat down, feeling fine, talking fine. Everybody says I had not even no signs of anything. I asked dude about, because dude had a library of video games, and I asked him about playing this game, and he's like, yeah, we'll play this game. And I was like, I sat down and I was like, hey, how about we do this other game instead, which was some PlayStation 2 fighting game that I hadn't played. And I go to stand up, I point the game out, I pull the thing out, and I hand it to the guy, and they tell me I looked fine, and then I turned to go sit in the table, and I turned to sit down, and I in between the turn, I just fell like a tree onto the coffee table. I woke up the next morning in the front yard, puke next to myself, and a busted phone in my pocket. After about 24 hours, I remember some snapshots of him sitting outside doing his best to feed me water, give me food, make me smoke cigarettes, feed me more water, just trying to make me conscious. No, college town, you're the dude out on the front lawn. That happens. You don't want to be that guy. But a lot of people in this town have been that guy, so it doesn't matter. That's kind of the thing. It's like, yep, they partied a little too hard. You still conscious, buddy? Yeah, if you're walking by at 4:30 in the morning, like in this town, yeah, if you're working at like the early hour mornings, walking around from place to place, or just, you know, driving by and you see the dude in the yard or whatever, you just kind of, yep, he's still breathing. All right, we're good. Let's go. But, you know, shit. I would have. So I got the guy like one of the biggest bars in town, which is literally, literally across. I mean, and it's a tiny little shack. Like think of like a tiny little one-bedroom home. Like it's a little shack. It's built the same way, like a tiny little thing that is literally across the street from like a whole hill full of frat houses and sororities. Like the sororities are on the left and the frat houses are on the right, and it just goes up the whole damn thing. Well, like if you go there, how do you? It's like a treadmill, man. Trying to be on the in and out of that bar. Like you're just standing in line, having a beer, waiting to buy another beer. All night long, and it's a social thing. And then there's a little patio where some people step off to the side, have a cigarette, and then get back in line for another beer. But I mean, like it's just standing in line to have another beer all night. And that's pretty much what the place was founded on. That's what boggles my mind. And there's other things in other states. Like some states, like mine, you do wholesale to a bar, right? A bar can pay the wholesale price, but then there's bar tax. In some states. So like if I sell you the bottle I'm buying from my wholesaler, right? I'm paying $14.99. From my mass distributor as a liquor store. I'm buying it $14.99. I mark it up 16%. So I'm charging you $15.99. So I don't even think that would be it. Hold on. Let me do the math on this. I can do the math on this real quick. Hold on. So I get a bottle at $14.99, right? And I'm charging you 16% because I have to make my tax on the bottle. But even wholesale, I can do a discount on that, so it might be cheaper, right? So I'm charging you. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Yeah. No, I do. What is wholesale? 0.05. I'd charge you $15.73 a bottle, $15.74 a bottle, right? I'm getting it $14.99. I get 75 cents after my tax and handling and storage, right? Shit, for the other guys, I think I even do. That's what point times 0.05. I usually do like times 0.03 or 35 for them. So like, yeah, it's short. I'm only making like 50 cents a bottle or something from these other guys. Anyways, then the bar takes that, and the bar has to have their up sale on it, plus the service sale. And then in other states, you have to have it certified that up, like the bar fee. So they have to pay extra tax per bottle. And they have to pay tax per ounces per bottle. And you can't leave less than 1 ounce in a bottle. So if you have like, if you're pouring out shots, like you'll see a bar that's pouring out shots, and they have a shot that's short, free shot. Because they can't charge for the shot, and they can't keep the liquor in the bottle. So, have it. Just get rid of it. And that's the stuff in those crazy states that are like, you can't have more than an ounce or 2 ounces of liquor in a per drink. So no matter how big the glass is, they can only put so much liquor in it. So like ordering the really huge drinks is fucking pointless. If you want something with alcohol in it, just order the shot. Man, let's get ready to rock this. Long, long ago, 3 dragons decided from skies above, a rolling thunder descended from skies above, a rolling thunder. Oh, wow, that's funky. I'm gonna have to get used to that. Oh, jump, dude. That's all you had to do. Ah, brutal. No wonder I wasn't paying attention. Look at that. Ah. First failure. Holy crud, dude. Did I not? You guys let me know when it's dead. Oh, thank you. I'm in debt. Oh, cool. I can buy things. What is this? Whatever it is, I bought it. Okay. Oh, there's a boss. Oh, crap. Oh, I can't shop with the guy again. That sucks. Oh. See, I don't find that fair, man, because I can't move when I'm shooting or anything. And they're moving around so fast. How the hell am I supposed to know where they're gonna be? That just don't seem right. Let's select another game. Yes.